Hello again, friends. I'm going to talk about being a dad for a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of free float this. I learned a really cool lesson tonight in terms of parenting and all the differences between men and women and how we show love and how it's interpreted by even your partners and stuff, you know. So, like, right now, my youngest daughter, Nora, and her mother are staying with me, and I have no actual sexual relationship with her mother. It's just we're co-parenting and trying to raise a new cool rad person in the world. And apparently according to her mother, I have been cold and not as loving as I guess what she expects or wants, but it's what she gives, you know. And when she finally shared that with me, I didn't see it that way at all, you know. Like, the way I saw it was I don't mind when babies cry, because as far as I'm concerned, that's just how they express themselves, and babies are always right, especially when they're young, you know. Like, all they can do is just emote, you know. And how is one able to respond to that emotion? And with my daughter, if she cries in my face, I don't get frustrated, I don't get mad. I just try to figure out how to solve the issue, you know. And so here's where the tension came in with me and her mother. She felt as though if I loved on her and gave her that sort of more feminine nurture that would ease the pain of what makes it upset, or I don't really know how to explain it, but from my experience is that with small children, when they cry for their mother, they want, one, breast milk, or two, just that sort of nurture that I can't even give. But what I do know is that I'm fun. I'm rad. The way I deal with a baby crying is I take them on a walk, or I take them on a drive. I'll take them to the store. I'll take them on an adventure, you know? And the entire time that I'm with my child, I'm having a great time with them because they're not crying. They're happy. They're getting exposed to all the things that are going on in the world. And the other day, Arlene had told me that it's like she saw Nora fold into my arms and didn't want to suck on my titty and was just happy to be held, you know. And she says, I can't get that. I can't have that. Well, that's something that, because she just wants to hang out with me, you know. It's like I also can't give her food and love in the same way that she can give her that sort of a thing. And I can be jealous of that in the same right, you know. And it was an interesting conversation we had tonight, because it was kind of like a coming to blows to a certain degree, but it wasn't real blows. It was just, in her perspective, it was, she didn't understand how I could let her cry, or how I could be distant. And she saw that as an act of not caring. Where for me, giving my daughter boundaries to explore was my way of showing love. You know, like, I don't want to walk away from her on the couch. It's like, but me holding her, and the way I see it, it's like stifling her ability to grow and explore. Where if I can show her love from that distance, that is, and the love that I'm showing is, if you fall, I'll catch you, but otherwise, push your limits. Do something that's a little dangerous and scary, you know. And it's the cool thing that I've really discovered from this is like, it's helped me give peace to the relationship I had with my ex-wife, because it's like when we were married and I had my children in San Diego, like, I would take them to the park or the beach every day, take them swimming, jumping on slides, all that type of thing, and my ex-wife never came with me. But in the same regard, I was like, well, I thought of it as like, just let her have her moment to herself. If she has the kids all day, I come home. But at the same time, like, when I heard Arlene express how she feels when she hears Nora cry, it's like she just wants to wrap her up and make her feel safe and loved. Where when I hear my child cry, Nora, Barrett, or Lily, or whoever it may be, it's like, I don't want to wrap them up. I want to take them on an adventure. Let's go have some fun. It's like, I can't soothe you. I can't make you feel safe and loved. But what I can do is make you feel safe and loved while experiencing something new. It's like, no matter how fucking hard you are, you're going to cry for your mother, when you're going to face death, So it's like, the way I see it, it's like, I want to prepare my children for death. To at least be able to face it in a way that they're not afraid. But I guess that's one of those things where it's like, it can go one extreme or the other. It's like, because you don't want to be somebody who's so not afraid of death that they kill themselves, but they still have a place where they can go that's safe and beautiful. And it's like, if Mandy, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry for not appreciating you for what you were able to give Lily and Barrett, or what you give them now, and how I felt frustrated with you not joining us on our trips to the beach or the park. I've now learned that, we're built differently, And it's not to say that men and women can't reverse those roles. Maybe the father's more loving and nurturing, and maybe the wife is more, nurturing, or adventurous rather. But tonight has been a fun experience for me, and I am really in love with the fact that I'm able to spend this extra time with my youngest daughter, and in a way that it's helped me understand myself, and how I do give love, and how I do nurture, and how the women in my life have felt neglected, and just how I show love, and for any woman who's been in my life and I've showed them a lack of love, it wasn't intentional. The one thing I am is a good time. And if you want to go on an adventure, that's one thing. But if you want someone to hold you and fucking kiss your head, it's like, I could try, but at least with a baby's cries, I know my dogs don't hunt. And when I say dogs, I mean my titties. So I'm gonna run you until you're tired. So if you listen through this, that's cool. If not, I don't give a fuck. This was more for me, and